Hi again. I'm just going to share some things that I like, some little sayings, adages, and let's just see how that goes. My hair is just kind of, I'm just comment on my hair for a second. It just seems to be kind of, but I just washed it, so maybe it'll dry. When it dries, it goes a bit puffier. But it just seems like it just wants to do its own thing. Is there any kind of hair oil or something that can be used to make it, to tame it? Anyway, I'm just going to share something with you. These are some things that I like, okay? Okay, I'm writing a story, okay? So I like certain sayings. Wagging his stumpy tail, bollocks, rubbish, claptrap. I like this one. This quote is from the book Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. And this is the quote when Montague, he's the main character of the book, Fahrenheit 451, he's a fireman, but he doesn't put out fires, he starts fires. He basically burns books because in this society, nobody is allowed to read because the government thinks books are bad. Because books lead to thinking, they lead to people perseverating, they lead to all kinds of problems, so they're banning books. And so basically what happens, and bear with me if you've read the book, they encourage people to spy on one another, and if they suspect somebody's hiding books, the firemen will come into your house, look for the books, and then burn them, and who knows what kind of trouble you're going to get into, okay? And Montague is talking to this man, this older man, because Montague is also a fireman, but he's a fireman that's starting to read books on the side, and he's not supposed to do it. But he meets this older gentleman who also likes to read, and they develop a friendship. And this is what the older man said to him. He said, "If you hide your ignorance, no one will hit you, and you'll never learn." Yeah, if you hide your ignorance, no one will hit you and you'll never learn. A lot of times people can be afraid to raise their hand or say, "I don't really understand this." And there's also peer pressure as well. There can be peer pressure for other people who don't understand either, who might try to shame you, but you know what? It's okay to ask questions. And one thing that I've learned is if you ask questions and you don't understand something and somebody is shaming you, for that, it's okay to look at them and judge the way they're behaving and say, you know what? Me asking the questions isn't what's wrong here. It's that their reaction. They're out of line. And it's good to get some other feedback and to get other opinions. Don't just let them be, the only voice you listen to, okay? Okay, I like this one. People tend to project their notions of who you are or who they need you to be onto your identity. And these are just different things with regards to con artists and manipulators that try to control your life and what it all means. And these are different things. Why is a luxury question? Okay, why is a luxury question? What does that mean? Sometimes you don't need to know why. If somebody's been hurting you, somebody's doing this or that, we might spend a lot of time going, but why? Was it their childhood? Was it this? Was it that? And sometimes we'll never know why, but we can know this isn't good for me. And that's what I need to know, not the background or the explanation of why. Play for time. Hold on, please. Like if someone's pressuring you, play for time. And don't ask them, "Well, do you mind if I just put you on hold?" Say, "I gotta go. I'll get back to you on that." Broken record. Keep repeating yourself over and over again. But you promised. I can't do that. I've already made a commitment. I can't do that. I've already made it. Say it over and over. And here's something with regards to manipulation. All they have to do is give you something you crave and then threaten to take it away. That's a type of manipulation. Don't be nice. be real. If you don't, this is what basically punishment is. If you do something I don't like, I will hurt you. By ignoring you, by silent treatment, whatever. And negative reinforcement is different than punishment, because negative reinforcement is they keep doing this horrible thing to you. And then when you buckle and do what they want, they just stop doing it. That's negative reinforcement. It's different than punishment, where punishment is they do something to you to punish you. Like they go, how, I don't like what you did, and then I'm not talking to you. That's punishment. If they just do something like they nag, and you're like, oh my goodness, would you please just stop? And I won't stop until you agree with me. And then you say, fine. Then all they have to do is stop. And that's called negative reinforcement. And it's very terrible, in my opinion. Let's see. Rewarding someone intermittently. That's a way to make somebody become addicted to you. That's a way for someone to be trauma bonded. Now, if somebody ignores you, and then one day they say, hi, hey, nice to see you, and then they proceed to ignore you, they have just given you intermittent reinforcement. Now, this could be done deliberately, or it could be subconsciously, but still, is what it is. Yeah, this is what negative reinforcement. Subjecting someone to painful experiences until they comply. Then all you have to do is, it's all the person does is just stop doing it. Manipulators advance their interests, and they further their goals, and they don't care about you. Tactics of a manipulator is charm, silent treatment, coercion. You cannot and will not change a manipulator by pointing out their shortcomings. The silent contract, not to speak directly about the rules. Because I read this one book on manipulation, and basically you end up basically engaging in a silent contract in that situation, where nobody explicitly talks about what's in the contract. It's kind of said without saying it. Everybody knows the rules. And even people with Asperger's can get tricked into doing this, but not as easily. But it's important to be always questioning and going, okay, what exactly is this? Like maybe a non-reciprocal relationship where you're always the one that has to be the one that listens to their problems, or they never listen to you. Now, they might not come out and tell you, now listen, this is the way it's going to be here. I talk, you listen. They might not say that explicitly, but that becomes a silent contract. Conflict avoidance is not the hallmark of a good relationship. If somebody says something along the lines of, I don't want to ever hear a negative word out of your mouth, okay? Or you have to just be smiley and nice all the time. That is silencing you. Like, obviously, it has to be a give and take. But if you feel someone is silencing you, that's not a healthy relationship. And I really like this picture of this kitty, and I like this. Oops, look at that. Looks like a little bit of focus on your own strengths and achievements, no matter how small. Look at those eyes, those green eyes. I love the color green. Okay, take care.